remember that those two have a long history together, and Zombat's #1 training partner is Sonic Fox, like fully confirmed. And if you don't think that they collaborated to, you know, prepare for this matchup, because that's what you need to do to make it super far in this bracket, you got to get through NinjakKilla, especially if they're going to be your winner's round 2 opponent. Ooh, a little bit of a drop from NinjakKilla, very unlike him, but
honestly, I find this matchup so interesting anyway because I have watched, you know, Zombat and NinjakKilla. They've gone back and they've played various Mortal Kombat games together, and there's always a lot of banter between them, but it's banter between two players that are some of the best in the world. So while they're just having a great time and talking trash to each other, you're still seeing some of the best Mortal Kombat you've ever seen. So it's a wonderful viewing experience. But in this tournament, very different story. There's no banter here. You know, this is serious.
Super serious. I mean, you got money on the line. You got the easy trip over to Final Combat, and again for Zombat, that's going to be the last chance for him. This is it for Zombat. Has to get through here.
NinjakKilla, of course, going back to the Liu Kang, the character that he's definitely famous for.
I love how he went for that safe jump at that distance. Like,
that was really tiny.
Yeah, he knew he couldn't convert it to more damage, but said, you know what, I'm going to get the best out of this situation. I'm going to get the momentum on my side here. Jumping over. Oh, didn't think the armor was coming. If that was just blocked, that could have been it for him. No breaker available once you armor out. Oh boy. I mean, Ninja's just ready to take these, ready to take these risks. That's so unfortunate. Goro was knocked out, and because of that, Goro wasn't ready to come in for the breaker, because that's what's initiating your breaker is your cameo. Your cameo has to be ready to go. Even if you have 3 bars and your cameo's not ready to go, you can't breaker. So in that situation there at the end, that was it for combat. Even though you saw those 3 bars down there, not able to access that breaker. Very, very unfortunate for NinjakKilla. Just kind of dancing around that idea of, you know, I'm down to my last ditch effort here. You know, let me try to find the game-winning kill. Let me not, you know, utilize resources where I shouldn't. Zombat switching over to Peacemaker. I guess I lied. We've got 3 Peacemaker players in this bracket.
I have never seen Zombat play Peacemaker, so I guess we'll see how this one goes. But it is going to be the Kano again, so you've seen this playstyle before. The force field, not what it once was. There was a recent patch, the Ermac patch, that adjusted Peacemaker's force field, so it's up for less, and it can only absorb 2 projectiles. Not that bad for Liu Kang, because Liu Kang, if he's doing the air projectiles, he can power through it, but if he's on the ground, he can't, so...
Yeah, those
bit of an advantage here for Zombat.
Those Dragon Tails aren't going to lead into anything if that force field is on. What a conversion here. Again, that little empty jump from NinjakKilla. Maybe thought he was a little bit closer on the corner than he was. Zombat able to challenge back. And, you know, just like that, adapting to a situation that he saw one time before in the previous game, and this time knew exactly how to answer back. The Kano knives keeping it safe. NinjakKilla ducking under and going for the Dragon Tail immediately after that knife leaves the back of his head. He thought he was going to chip him out, and he flawless blocked it. Did he seriously just flawless block or torpedo like it was nothing? Wait, what? Knowledge check? I don't see it, Ketchup. He knew it. He knows it's...
I don't know, because if there was a wake-up attack there, you would have just got hit by... You know what? The round is over.
The round's over.
Let's not dwell on the past.
Yeah, just like the players shouldn't dwell on the past. The commentators shouldn't either. That was a mistake. It happened. Let's move on. That jump in was definitely not a mistake. Easy, meterless conversion here from NinjakKilla. Getting tons of damage, and the corner position, the hard to blockable, the fun to blockable, whatever you want to call them. The overhead accompanied with that low Lao hat. Super fun to deal with. What a conversion here from Zombat. Able to get him, even though he was in an airborne situation. Pop them up for more damage. Where'd you going? What? Why did that work? Why did that work?
Oh, I am so convinced. I mean, the active frames of the late section of the flip must have just hit in the air, and that's just how the animation works, but I love it. Oh, Zombat tried to go for the throws on the end of strings. So many players will actually forget they exist. They can be a nice little extra trick. Oh, no, forces the breaker.
That was a very brave forward dash by NinjakKilla to, like, just stop him. Like, no, you're trying to get space. I need to stop you. I need to just put an end to it. Dragon Tail coming in at the perfect timing as soon as force field is done.
NinjakKilla with a rather clear advantage. I mean, forcing Zombat to get rid of so much meter, timing, knowing that the force field is going to disappear. I mean, that is optimal right there for NinjakKilla.
Also optimal here from Zombat, though, the confidence knowing the force field is there. No, ducking under the third shot and getting in there just in time. That is just pure execution here from NinjakKilla.
God! You forget how much damage Lu and Lao. I mean, that wasn't even Lao, really. That was just damage, pure damage on its own, no cameo.
All because of the projectile. He threw one enhanced projectile, ducked under it, full combo punish for pretty much half your health. Like, that was insane. That was so insane.
You rarely do a move like that with the knowledge that I'm going to take over 500 damage because this is going to get ducked. You know, in the heat of the moment, yeah, I might get punished, whatever. 500 damage, end of the game later. It's a very different story now. Zombat. All right, Johnny Cage again, but it's a different matchup. It's the Chameleon this time. So we shall see if this is enough to... Really, I mean, you have no choice but to reverse sweep, so easier said than done. You are against NinjakKilla at the end of the day, but Zombat, they've played against each other so many times in the past.
Ooh, armoring through and getting that first hit. That I feel like in that situation, it was almost guaranteed there, knowing that he was still recovering and you just had to get past the Lao hat. You know, it's kind of like a you spend a bar to get a bar situation.
I love that ender as well, because you can either end in flying kick or back forward 4. Ending in the bicycle kick with Liu Kang, it does similar damage, but it takes longer. And the longer it takes, the more you can regenerate cameo.
Yeah, and it does change significantly like what you want to do afterwards. If you want to get a little bit more zone heavy, you know, you are farther away when you end it in the bicycle kick. So all depending on what's at stake here, you know, what kind of character you're fighting against, and you know what resources you have available to you. Lots of low projectiles, tons of regular projectiles coming through. I'm surprised that Jade Glow never really came into play for Zombat. Trying to check the sweeps over and over again, which is, you know, what the highest level players are doing against Johnny Cage on the wake up. Just sweep under in case that parry comes out. Sweep just in case that fatal blow comes out. And, you know, a lot of characters in this game have a great sweep. Some characters even have plus on block sweeps. So why not? It is a mix-up in itself as a low. Oh, ducking under, so smart by Zombat. Getting aggressive, putting himself at negative, and then ducking under a potential high, whether that's a throw or a challenge with a standing strike. So smart here by Zombat.
He has no choice but to make the most of this situation, right? I mean, you're down 2 games. Match point for NinjakKilla. I land this hit, I'm capitalizing. Throw combos, thank you very much, fan lift. I'm gonna get just a little bit more. Oh no! That is unfortunate. Side switch. Beautiful side switch from NinjakKilla. This is ridiculous. How? How did you find that?
I don't know. He knew he was going to like wiggle out, and he knew to let go of Lao Hat, because you can either hold it or you can let go whenever you want. And it was just the perfect timing for, hey, I know you're going to jump out of there. Oh, I hit you airborne. Let me hit confirm easily into this very obscure combo. Super smart here from NinjakKilla. No down one punish here coming out of Zombat. Instead, deciding to apply some pressure of his own. Gets okay. Katana fan conversion here. Safe jump, the delay wake up from NinjakKilla to kind of mess with the timing of the offense from Zombat. Zombat switching back to just playing neutral, but NinjakKilla, that's the thing with Kung Lao's cameo. Like, it's just an easy, hey, block this low hat and I get in and I'm plus and I can do whatever I want.
All right, NinjakKilla mixing up those grab directions now. It is harder to decide, you know, which direction are you going to get thrown. Another safe jump. Oh, there's the parry. And NinjakKilla using quite a lot of meter, so this is going to be completely free. Zombat getting an upper hand. Enough cameos regenerated, so now it's going to be Katana disguise. Keep yourself safe.
Hype mode still activated, though. Only half the time's been used. No access to armor.
No overhead at all. No overhead. NinjakKilla faked that out. And that is going to do so much damage. Remember, Johnny Cage has less health than most characters anyway. So after this fatal blow, Zombat is in a horrible situation.
Oh boy. 475, but he does it. He just goes in the super brave dash up and just so confident. And I feel like he was confident because he had that breaker. Had he done something unsafe, he could just hold forward and block and say, yeah, the first thing that he's going to punish me with, I'm going to break. But, you know, that could have easily been a reversal throw. So that was still just super duper brave with your winner's life on the line here against the #1 seed in this whole bracket.
Absolute. I'm dedicating to this, and one of us is going to die.
Exactly.
Who that is, we'll let fate decide.
That was the third game catch-up. That could have been 3-0. And now NinjakKilla back at the character select screen. We saw other characters today, but looks like Kung Lao is gonna be strictly a cameo for this set. NinjakKilla re-opting his choices. Liu Kang is you know, that's the character I think of when I think of NinjakKilla. It's just Liu Kang all the way back to the MKX days. Those insane combos that just seem to go on forever after the finishing screen.
I mean, his Liu Kang combos really aren't that different here, are they? He's always playing new cameos and doing these ridiculous corner juggles and everything else, but Zombat, just such an important game to win. That last match, he was so nearly chippable and everything that he was like, he had to dedicate to something. He just made the right choice. Now, keeping himself alive here and doing more than holding his own in this future match. Apparently with a life lead, reactionary, just to shut it down. Gotta watch out. There's the parry.
Yeah, that was a throw attempt here from NinjakKilla. The parry does negate the throws, so you always got to be careful. And again, you just got to approach Johnny Cage very specifically. Whoa, no conversion there by the low hat.
That's the round.
Is that it?
Yep. Oh, he dropped it!
Commentator's curse by Ketchup. You don't want to do that to NinjakKilla, but that's okay. Glaive takes it home here. What are you going to do? You can just arc that anywhere you want, up, down, or leave it just at neutral. What an anti-air. What a move as an anti-air. Just kind of closes the distance anywhere you go. And, you know, is that a character that can deal with Johnny Cage's jump? No punish, but you almost see that NinjakKilla recognized he missed the punish, and he said, you know what, I'm going to go for a grab. Almost like spontaneously, like right there in that clutch situation.
Knows your opponent's going to be blocking because they're waiting for the punish. Goes for an escape. Oh, but then walks right into a Liu Kang standing one. That is not what you want. NinjakKilla. Match point again. And in this instance, full screen. So good for Liu Kang. Fortunate there for Zombat that we had the Jade disguise instantly to bypass the inevitable projectiles you'd be facing. Oh, that was meant to be Shadow Kick for sure.
I mean, you trade damage with the Shadow Kick, because like the Shadow Kick doesn't leave you super close, but it's, you know, you use the armor to get through, you still 8 damage, and, you know, Zombat not really able to get anything for it. I mean, you want to shut the momentum, you want it in your favor. Oh, he stood up and got clipped by that Lao hat. Super unfortunate. Big jump in. What are you going to do? And what a challenge from NinjakKilla. The mid-high coming right at you. This is not looking good for Zombat.
Yeah, this is a bad situation. Oh, makes you think there's going to be plus frames, but just does a standing 2. All right, NinjakKilla moves on in the winner's bracket, knocking Zombat down into losers. That now means NinjakKilla in the winners finals. And it's safest. Where it's almost completely guaranteed. Honestly, truth be told, it might be. It's just until Combo Breaker finishes, it's very hard to be confident in anything about like who has how many points, who's going where. Now, NinjakKilla with the Liu Kang Chameleon instead of the Lao this time.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a little bit different here. Liu Kang Chameleon. Both players, you know, kind of cycling through these different variations and cycling through all these different tool sets. That was a good amount of damage here. Being able to end it in the air projectile. Wait, what? Did he turn around early because he did the Jade Glaive?
Yeah, the parry. It can work really well in some of those situations.
Well, but he parried, but he went over the other side, and Liu Kang, instead of committing to a string the original way, because he called out Glaive, it actually turned his character around during the slow-mo animation. Like, it was really bizarre there. Like, a very specific situation. And speaking specific here, approaching Johnny Cage, whenever you're plus, or whenever he's plus, or whenever you think that parry's going to be coming out, the sweep is always a great option. I like the low projectile to kind of lock down Johnny Cage as the katana fan lift just kind of, you know, puts that body right on top of him.
Roll immediately forced out a breaker. In this instance, again, much like the Lao, ending things in bicycle kick just to chew up some of that cameo gauge recharge.
Looking for double glaives here, but there's totally blocked.
Just raw bull roll liner.
Oh man, this is not looking good for Zombat fans out there. This is not looking good for Zombat here. This is his last effort here to get into that final combat. Reversal throw. Yeah, I mean, if you're NinjakKilla, what are you really risking here with that throw? Like, yeah, a throw can get ducked. It would be a lot of damage, but like, he had so much to play with. He had resources. You know, he had everything he needed, and Zombat was just too worried about, you know, trying to stay alive to really conceptualize or to really see that throw coming his way. So kind of rough here, man.
And it's going to be even more challenging, I think, to just keep your head in the game. Like, there are various types of tournaments that we can see people like Zombat entering and taking part. At an event like this, every single decision you make just carries so much more weight. Because again, just to remind some of the people that are tuning in, this is the regional finals for NA East. It's all about the first place. There is prize money, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even gonna tell you how much, because the only thing that matters to these players is that trip to final combat, where you are among the world's greatest.
Yeah, and that invite just comes with a full ride to get there. Full ride to Toronto later in June to compete for $200,000, and you know, the glory that comes with a final combat. It's going to be amazing, but these guys need to do it here, and Zombat kicking it into full gear. Totally different mindset, totally different approach here. Getting super aggressive, knowing that NinjakKilla, oh my god, those flawless blocks. He anticipated those flawless blocks and he mixed it up there just a little bit there. Didn't go right into, you know, the full string. Instead, stopped the string entirely, went for a sweep, and NinjakKilla with a perfect up block here. Making sure that, you know, that one answer to Johnny Cage's jump kick, you know, even, be it a very risky one, is still an answer. Nice flawless block by Zombat, making that string super punishable.
Flawless blocks are always going to become so important in the meta, like the more you have time. Just to ignore chip, ignore meter build. It was after the Cyrax patch where flawless blocking something not only like removes the chip damage, but it also means the opponent can't gain meter. That was massive for some matchups. Zombat fighting back.
Ooh, the fan lift, big kick on the other side. NinjakKilla trying to anti-air it there, but instead getting stuffed by the best kick in the game. Try to go for the Molina ball roll, but some weird trade situation here. And Zombat definitely going to be chipping him out in that scenario. Super plus, left in a standing position. No bar left for NinjakKilla. So NinjakKilla, I mean, he had to have known that the low was coming. Like, not only do you have to have the flawless block timing down, but you also have to perform a low flawless block, which is just a little too much to ask for in that situation. But you could see the respect from Zombat. Like, if it was any other player, I guarantee you Zombat wouldn't have had to dig that deep to do something a little different. He would have just done the normal Johnny Cage chip out. But that just shows you the respect of these two players that they have for each other, knowing what they're capable of. And now Mighty Unjust sitting on the Grand Finals spot, the winner side of Grand Finals, watching this. Just to reiterate a little bit of what you said, Ketchup, I think Mighty Unjust is rooting for NinjakKilla really, really bad, because even if he does lose in the run back in the Grand Finals, it'll be almost guaranteed that the spot goes to Mighty Unjust. But still, too many factors at play here. All we know, winner number one here, winner tonight, will get that full ride to final combat.
Well, as we start off this next game, NinjakKilla starting off pretty strong with some impressive damage. Escape failed. Not that really means anything in this game, but The information makes a pretty big difference.
It does, it does. If your opponent is on it or not, if your opponent is reacting with the best of them or not, you know, and again, what risk they're willing to take. Oh boy. And again, just walks up and I guess he was waiting for Melina ball roll, and I guess that's what it was. He just walked up to him and just blocked. That's going to be a nice conversion here in a fatal blow. That should be enough damage here.
It could come down to the mash, but I think it is likely that Liu Kang is just going to simply win this round after the beam. Yes, indeed.
Insane. I mean, it scales so much because of how the combo starts, but it's enough. It was literally enough. So well calculated there by ninjakilla, knowing he was going to get over 30% on a 950 character. Oh boy. Maybe push closer and closer to this corner. What are we going to set up afterwards? No, we're going for damage instead. The forward throw, left standing position. What are we going to do? Super plus frames after that stand forward. ninjakilla doing a great job of blocking. ninjakilla adding a little katana flare of his own. What? He stuffed him out of that. Oh, but the glaive didn't keep him in the air. That's okay. ninjakilla didn't really capitalize off of that. And instead, it's going to be Zombat capitalizing here in the corner. The overhead, not seen at all from ninjakilla. ninjakilla maybe thought it was going to be could have been going for like a stagger pressure call out. Could have been going for, you know, maybe so sure it was going to be a low. Either way, ninjakilla in the driver's seat right now. Tons of damage, tons of hits. Gets the low to get through the parry.
Wow, down ones out of the 2-2. That is one of Liu Kang's plus on block strings. Very risky to go for a button there.
Ooh, the blue dragon's tail just popping him up. The perfect conversion for some more damage at full screen. Height mode activated. What?
You know what? That was like almost genius.
Almost
canceling it into the overhead ball roll just in case you're looking for like a different button, and a lot of people just default to crouch block on height.
Oh my gosh. Yes, they do. Not only like, oh boy, he ducked under the throw. Super dangerous, and I'm telling you, every time you go for those throws, you are risking so much. You know, and it's all about the approach from the other player. Are they going to try to react to the throw animation and go for a tech, or are they going to call out the throw entirely, let go of block, leaving them susceptible to, you know, a whole world of mids, and, you know, just really focus on that high risk, high reward option. Oh man. But yeah, like you were saying, that ball roll, so crucial to add to that tool set of Johnny Cage. Like, in that height mode, you're constantly worried about the shadow kick, which you want to, you know, make whiff, and you can duck under without blocking. Or if you want to block that low, the nut punch, like you have to be on guard, you have to be on defense, and you know, you're not thinking about the overhead Melina ball roll. You're just not. Too many other factors. Still not thinking about the Melina ball roll.
Those ball rolls have been a menace. All right. Has to take the throw for what it is. Jade appears.
Oh boy. Oh, clipped the low. Clipped with the low. What an anti-air. Dash forward anti-air. Very rarely seen here. But that's going to be a parry on the wake up. And that's going to be ninjakilla forced off those 3 bars. That breaker comes at a very expensive price.
Zombat trying to make the most of this situation. We've almost got a full chameleon, so those fast cooldowns become a bit more attractive. Oh, and there's that fatal blow. Now, you will survive this, I'm fairly certain, but...
Yeah, it's not going to scale like it does from a throw, but it is going to set up ninjakilla. And ninjakilla, again, one of those players where, like, even if you have, like, a 60-70% life lead, like, knowing that you brought... Oh, he just did it. He just did it. He just did it. He just said, you know what? Here comes Shadow Kick. I don't care. That decision was made, like, in the first frame of the animation of that fatal blow. I think Zombat was just like, you know what I'm going to do that he doesn't think I'm going to do? I'm just going to Shadow Kick. I don't care what happens afterwards. This is just the first round. I'm going to Shadow Kick. Like, I just got to keep it random. Just do it.
Pure confidence like that this late in a tournament with this much on the line is, like, inspirational. I wish I could care that little.
I wish I could just have no regard for my tournament life. Whoa, the parry, getting her to the other side. ninjakilla not going to be in an advantageous position, standing and not really moving. I'm seeing ninjakilla just kind of caught like a deer in headlights. Oh, not respecting anything, getting opened up here by those mids. Zombat going to be going 2-2 in this set. Mighty Unjust sweating just a little bit, but hey, no matter who comes your way, you still got to play your best because not everything in this world is guaranteed. Whether it's ninjakilla coming back at you or Zombat, this is still going to be so terrifying and so scary.
Well, it looks like it's all going to come down to one match here, and that is a perfect end for these two in particular, where there's a real rivalry. It clearly is a friendly rivalry, but
yeah,
I have seen these two on stream talk so much trash to each other.
And good fun. And good fun. There's fun trash talk among friends. So it's, you know, and again, like you said, like these guys know each other. They're very, you know, I'm sure they've, you know, played and studied matchups together. And, you know, ninjakilla has a circle of players that he plays with, and it's, you know, among the best. You know, the best isn't really trying to you know, waste any time playing someone who can't really hang with them. You know, you don't really learn too much in that situation. But, you know, Zombat is among the best for a long time since the Injustice 2 days.
One for the wake up parry, ball roll completely chewed it. I wonder if that was I'm gonna assume you can somewhat hold it. You know, it's just a tight. Oh my.
So
God.
A lot of people like to stop the Jade Glaive by challenging it with down one, but ninjakilla spaced it out so perfectly that he was able to squeak backwards and get a just a clean whiff punish with back 2-3.
All right, corner position time. Zombat. Ashing out a little bit extra. Melina, square wave.
Ooh, that could have been a huge whiff punish. How did it not connect? I mean, that is a mid, but not all mids are true mids in this game. Like, it is very, very intricate. All the little details between the hitboxes interacting with each other, the hitboxes and hurtboxes, and this is catch-up. This is final game, insane. Final round, losers finals. I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, boy. Oh boy, ninjakilla opting not to use any of this breaker. He doesn't want to be the first to come off the bar. Regular throw.
Zombat, he went for the smart throw direction. All right, interruption. Hype mode. Most of it's going to be used up here.
Yeah, used up on just time, but you know, both these players have tons of meter. They're just kind of being greedy with it, and they don't want to come off of it. Good block of the overhead. I'm surprised that wasn't an up block. Tried to go for a throw. The parry eating right through it. Zombat on the verge of taking this over ninjakilla, but ninjakilla does have 3 bars, so he's bypassing the breaker altogether, and he's going for the risky throws, and he's doing it again! He didn't just do that! He didn't just double throw ninjakilla, where he just failed to react both times, either by a duck or a throw tech, and Kombat taking it over ninjakilla in a nail-biter set. Who does that?
Who does that to ninjakilla?